Hi leaders, our topic for this week is all for one and one for all. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of quotes. The first one is by Helen Keller. She says, "Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much." Martin Luther King Jr. stated, "A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus." Let's go ahead and look at our topic for this week. Consensus role is a group decision-making process focused on creating a win-win situation for everyone. Each person gets to voice his or her opinion. Just as with the majority rule, but with a consensus rule, there's no voting, and a single team member who hesitates to compromise can keep a group from making a decision. This can make things complicated and time-consuming. Some people feel consensus rule means giving up your individual opinion, because in order to come to a decision, you might have to compromise. But for groups that believe having everyone agree on a decision is the most important thing, consensus rule is worthwhile to successfully lead group members to agree with one another for calling and keeping decision focused and finding a way to support everyone's interest. Consensus rule. When it's just you, one, or two other people, it's often easy to make a group decision by flipping a coin or cutting a deck of playing cards. But when a larger number of people are concerned, those methods aren't necessarily appealing or satisfying for everybody. Larger groups often use different approaches to make a decision more effectively depending on the situation. One approach is the consensus rule. You've already explored majority rule in our last session, so let's go ahead and look more at this consensus rule. When to use consensus rule. The following factors in different situations point to whether using consensus rule to make a decision would be most effective or appropriate. We're going to talk about the good time to use consensus rule and maybe not so good times to use consensus rule. The good times is when a leader realizes everyone must agree on the same outcome for the decision to be successful. When a group member feels strongly about conflicting issues and believe a vote would minimize the importance of certain issues. The time available to make the decision is unlimited, as long as everyone agrees with the final choice. Power is in the groups unevenly distributed, and cliques in the group can easily sway a decision if determined only by having everyone vote. Not so good times to use consensus rules when a group has a limited time frame to make a decision. The group doesn't have a limited time frame, but the time it would take for the group to reach a consensus could be more wisely used doing something else. The group can make a decision easily since there's no controversy. The group has been informed of the options, which are clear-cut and not likely to be misinterpreted. Another time it's not so good to use consensus rules when the group has discussed an issue at length but can't come to a common agreement and vote is necessary to move the group forward. The group is very large and getting everyone's input wouldn't be easily or necessarily change the outcome if it were voted, if a vote were requested. The group is relatively balanced in terms of power, so the voice of any member in the minority won't be excluded. Here's your assignment for this week. All you have to do is go into the discussion board and make sure to read the assignment that you need to respond to and post your own thread, and please respond to at least one other person in our class. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a great week. Thanks.